What would you do if your nation's independence came with a price tag? In 2025, Canada quietly faces a high-stakes decision: either contribute up to $61 billion to join America's next-generation missile defense system, or risk being left out and slowly pulled closer to the US like a shadow 51st state. Is this just about money? Or is this the start of something much bigger? The Golden Dome isn't a metaphor, it's America's proposed advanced missile defense system, built to shield the entire North American continent from hypersonic threats, cyber warfare, and ballistic missiles. Think of it as a giant invisible shield stretching across US and Canadian skies. The catch? To secure full protection, Canada must become an active partner, and that means investing $61 billion. For perspective, Canada's entire 2024 defense budget was roughly half that. So why does the US need Canada? Because without Canadian territory, the northern arc of this defense is incomplete. Satellites, radar, and launch systems must cover the Arctic, and Canada is the geographic key. But here's where the controversy starts: why does this actually matter beyond military talk? Because whoever controls the defense system, controls the policy. If Canada joins fully, it gains protection, but also risks dependency. If it refuses, it stays sovereign, but vulnerable. And in a world where China, Russia, and rogue states are expanding influence, neutral countries are being squeezed from all sides. That's why some experts say this isn't just a defense deal. It's a silent test of Canada's geopolitical identity. Canada's reaction: balancing identity and security. Prime Minister Mark Carney has made one thing clear: Canada will not become the 51st state. But that doesn't mean Canada is saying no to everything. Behind the scenes, negotiators are exploring options. Shared command centers, data exchange programs, phased funding models tied to economic performance. These are efforts to stay connected without becoming dependent. But pressure is growing. Washington wants clarity. Canadian voters want security. And budget hawks want answers. So where does this leave Canada? Caught in a geopolitical crossfire between financial cost, national pride, and global pressure. Zooming out, this debate mirrors a global trend. Smaller nations are being asked to choose sides in ways not seen since the Cold War. From Taiwan to Ukraine, from NATO to the Indo-Pacific, old alliances are being tested, and new ones are forming. For Canada, the $61 billion question is about more than missiles, it's about long-term survival in a world that's rapidly changing. So maybe the real question is, how long can Canada afford to stay neutral? So, $61 billion or deeper integration with the US? No, it's not an official offer to become the 51st state. But the implications are real. Once you're inside a defense web that spans borders, can you ever truly step out? Now imagine you're a Canadian policymaker. Would you write the $61 billion check and protect independence, or partner more closely with America to share the burden? Tell me in the comments what you would do. And more importantly, what should Canada do next? If this made you think, make sure to like, comment, and share with someone who cares about Canada's future. And for more bold breakdowns of global power shifts, subscribe and stay ahead of the story.